why don't we get started? Welcome to the Zoning Board of Appeals of the Village of Bronxville. I am Stuart McIntosh and will be chairing tonight's meeting. Let me make some introductions. Starting from this end, we have Greg Jackno, Mary Ellen Carpenter, Marty Muir, John Brown, Janie Regan, and our village superintendent, Kevin Doyle. So first order of business is I need my colleagues to approve the minutes from the June 23rd meeting. Do I have a motion?
Motion to approve those minutes?
I am supposed to say that I noticed one little mistake at the bottom, but Christine already fixed it.
She did. Thank you.
I just did.
Christina, did you fix that? Or you will tomorrow?
It's the same.
Okay, you'll use some whiteout and fix that? Okay. Do I have a second?
Yes, second.
All in favor? All right. Okay, thank you. Okay, so tonight we have two applications. Just a reminder on the approval here. To get approval, there'll be 5 of us voting tonight. Greg Jackno will not be voting as alternate. You'll need 3 of us to approve the variance, 3 out of 5. So why don't we're going to start with 12 Orchard Place.
Hi there, good evening. Just want to make sure it's okay, perfect. Good evening, my name is Erica Ellenberger. I'm the architect for the Raybuns at 12 Orchard Place, and I am presenting an appeal for the denial of the building inspector of the Village of Bronxville dated June 1st, 2026, and a request for area variances at 12 Orchard Place related to a proposed 1-story addition at the east side yard and a proposed, I don't think it's advancing. Maybe if it could move one back, yes. Okay, so proposed 1-story addition at the east side yard and a proposed 1-story addition at the west rear yard, as well as the expansion of the existing rear yard patio with seat wall and expansion of the existing front yard window well over at this location here. The property is also known and designated on the tax assessment map of the Village of Bronxville as Section 16, Block 3, and Lot 25. The property consists of 21,999.7 square feet, 0.5050 acres, and is located on the south side of Orchard Place, adjacent to the intersection with Summit Avenue. It is in the Residence AAA district of the village and is improved with a single-family residence, which is home to owners Kendall and Jack Raybun. Our project proposes in part a 1-story addition at the east side yard that provides a first-floor mudroom. If we could advance 2 slides forward, thank you. Oh, one more. That provides a first-floor mudroom off the existing driveway and a 1-story addition at the west side yard that provides a first-floor bedroom. The new work includes the expansion of the existing rear yard bluestone patio and seat wall, which is a small area here, and in the area of the proposed bedroom addition, and the repair of the driveway in the area of the mudroom addition, as well as a partial basement renovation, which includes the expansion of an existing window well to provide emergency egress. So here's that window well here. These proposed improvements require both east and west side yard area variances, as well as a maximum building coverage area variance, as the existing non-conforming status for both of these standards are increased. Regarding the mudroom addition at the east side yard, so again on the driveway side, the minimum side yard setback is 25 feet. The existing side yard is 5 foot 8 inches, and the proposed side yard to the addition is 18 feet 6 3/4. The owners seek an area variance for 6 feet 5 1/4 inches. Regarding the bedroom addition at the west side yard, the minimum side yard setback is 25 feet. The existing side yard setback is 20 feet, and the proposed side yard to the addition is 20 feet, 3.5 inches. The owners seek an area variance for 4 foot, 8.5 inches. Regarding building coverage, the proposed coverage of 22.5 exceeds the allowable 17.5. The current building coverage is 20.9%. The owners seek an area variance of 5% over the allowable, which is 1.6 over the existing. Additional work includes the renovation of the first floor to include a new bath, which is here, powder room and hall, and pantry closet. At the second floor, if we wish to see on the next slide, a bathroom is renovated and an existing hall bath becomes a laundry room. The owners are working with Hudson Engineering to assist of stormwater plans to address the proposed improvements. I respectfully request that the board, in making their determination, consider the benefits to the owners as weighed against the detriment to the health, safety, and welfare of the neighborhood and community if the variants are granted. As to the requested variances, we respectfully submit the following. Number one, the grant of the variances will not produce an undesirable change in the character of the neighborhood nor a detrimental effect on neighboring properties. And may we advance the slide again to the exteriors? It is the owner's intent to create a cohesive architectural exterior with the design and scale of the proposed additions, whereby windows, and then paneled shutters and wood siding, which are at the rear of the property, all look to match the existing and seek to enhance the center hall colonial. The positioning of the additions at the side and rear yards, so this is the kind of, once the bay is cut away, this is the view of the side projection. Here's with the bay in front of it from the view. The other addition is behind this portion of the existing structure. The positioning of the additions at the side and rear yards look to preserve the home's symmetrical and balanced facade, allowing the existing structure to remain the focal point for the neighborhood. The benefit sought by the applicant, number two, the benefit sought by the applicant cannot be achieved by any feasible method other than the requested area variances. If we go back to the first floor plan, and one more, perfect. Unfortunately, the first floor plan does not lend itself to a straightforward interior alteration that could allow for a mudroom with storage and accessible bedroom and bathroom to provide an alternative to variances. The design seeks to pull inward the proposed additions as much as possible to maintain distance to neighbors while respecting and maintaining the balance of the existing colonial architecture and sufficiently providing for the intended use. So this addition here is really this connective piece, allowing someone processing in of their car to come in, have mudroom storage, and kind of enter the main hub of the house and the kitchen. So it's kind of an ideal entry point. And then with this whole portion of the home has really strong defining colonial features of symmetrical features with windows at the front of the house and the rear of the house. You know, this living room greatly benefits with this expansive opening, getting all this light from this symmetrical set of windows. And likewise, this dining room is gaining all of this light and access from this back hall. So this kind of whole critical piece here is really important to maintain for the structure of the home. So this existing den has become a portion of the interior space that we're using to provide for the new powder room space, a bathroom, and then this hall here, this bedroom here. If we go forward to back to the exteriors, we could see both the front facade and you know, which is kind of all trying to maintain this is the primary focus. And at the back, likewise, if we go one more slide, again, trying to maintain, you know, building out here with this addition, again, using the same type of wood siding, window scale paneled shutters and allowing the symmetrical exterior to remain. Number 3, the requested variance is not substantial. The proposed area variances are not substantial in that the proposed improvements only increase the existing non-conforming building coverage a total of 355.3 square feet, or 1.6 over the existing. At both the east and west side yards, the proposed additions are sited no closer to the property lines than the existing structure and look to achieve their intended purposes in a consolidated single-story footprint. Number 4, the requested variance will not have an adverse effect or impacts on either the physical or environmental conditions in the neighborhood or district. The requested variance will not have an adverse impact on the physical or environmental conditions of the neighborhood. The proposed additions work with the existing topography, and the new work engages the opportunity to manage stormwater on site, improving how the property overall controls rainwater and groundwater. The owners are working with Hudson Engineering to provide a stormwater plan, which includes the design of dry wells to store groundwater and rainwater from impervious surfaces. And lastly, number 5, the necessity for the proposed variance is not self-created. The variance is not self-created as currently the residence does not have a first floor mudroom space, which would significantly increase day-to-day functionality for the Raybun family by providing an entry area with storage directly adjacent to the driveway and the kitchen, which is the central hub of the home. The location of the mudroom is ideal in that it takes advantage of an open space below an existing second floor overhang. And perhaps we could advance to the existing photographs to get, so if we go, sorry, we go back one. So we're trying to use this existing recess for part of our footprint and close here, and we're additionally coming out with a flat roof and decorative railing for this mudroom area.
Can I slow you down? Is that where the bedroom is?
This is the east side, adjacent to
that's
the
the
driveway
mudroom?
for the mudroom.
Where's the
Sure. So if we go to the next slide, I'm kind of working my way around the site with photos. So after we're kind of backing away down the driveway, here at the bottom of the driveway, you could kind of get a sense of the mudroom addition, what you might experience from the street. And now I'm coming along the street. I'm looking back towards where our addition is behind this part of the structure. Again, I'm kind of getting closer. Next slide over. One more slide. Here's the side of the house. The addition is just beyond this fence, and it's an extension. Here's the side of the house, and here, right beyond this fence, I come through, and this is the back of the house here. I'm coming out with that bedroom addition here. And this is a view, I'm still kind of rotating around in the same direction. Now I'm looking at the house, that addition's here, and now I'm looking more in the direction towards the side yard. And again, here's where it would come out. And then this is just a view standing more kind of in that addition location, giving a sense of the expansive backyard.
so it'd be a crawl space underneath the bedroom, not an addition to the.
That's right.
Okay.
And in building the bedroom addition, it's the owner's intent to provide an accessible first floor guest suite for visiting family who have difficulty with stairs. I like to note that the property is existing non-conforming, which is a non-self-created disadvantage in that the required lot area is 30,000 square feet and the existing lot area is 21,999.7 square feet. Additionally, the required lot width is 150 feet, and the existing lot width is 110 feet, 4 3/4 inches. These two existing non-conforming property attributes contribute directly for the need for our proposed variances. So, in conclusion, we respectfully submit that the benefits to the owners outweigh any potential detriment to the community. We appreciate your consideration and request the zoning board grant the requested variances.
So is the office on the second floor now a bedroom, or is that an office?
It, in the front of the house,
Yeah,
that's an office today.
so you only have 3 bedrooms on the second floor, is that?
If we, I could show you, we actually, if we go back to the second floor plan. One more. Okay, here we are. So, here's the primary bedroom with bathroom, closet, and an adjoining office. This is the main hall. Here's a bedroom and bathroom. Here's a hall bath, which serves this bedroom. And then over the garage, we kind of sneak away over, this is a space that looks down to the space below. We're kind of sneaking through over the garage for the bedroom and bath.
Okay. Is that bedroom, that was like an addition, but that's not where the garage is. The garage is,
The garage is below this space here.
it is above the garage.
Yes.
Okay. All right.
And the condensing units are where again?
We could see them on the site plan, but there's 2 located right over here, and they're existing to remain.
Did you receive any letters from number 8? Any support?
I don't have any letters from number 8.
You didn't receive any correspondence from them?
I don't believe we got any, no.
We've spoken to the Keeney family, just adjacent to us. Yeah, we have spoken to them. And Ryan Keene is supportive of the work we're doing. I've explained what we're doing, given the point that you're raising about the majority of the work's going to happen on that west side, and they're aware. John Raymond, I'm the homeowner.
Is there any sound mitigation? How are the condensers that are?
So they're existing, so we're not touching them, so there's no intention on modifying the HVAC. We're extending off the existing system, because we have a very small addition that can handle the extra volume.
Are you using the same equipment that you have there now?
Yes.
So it's just a relocation?
We're not relocating any equipment. And I think I have, in the photos, you could kind of get a sense, you could see them. And if we want to go to the site plan, I can show you exactly where they are, but they're existing and they're simply going to remain.
Does the mudroom addition prevent you from using the garage, or is the garage still usable, that little bump out?
The garage is still usable, however, currently, so maybe if possible to see the front elevation of the garage. I don't know if we can move forward to the photo slide, perhaps, the first photo slide. You kind of skipped. Okay. So it's a little hard to tell. There's, at the front of the house, there's the composition here is we're a bit unsymmetrical with these components, the way that the forms come together. And the intent is, we might be able to see it a little bit on the next slide, actually, as it's going back down the driveway. With regards to the door, it is getting re-centered over as not like a door and a half. It's no longer going to be where you do like a car and a half wide door. It's a single opening that's just shifted over. And I have kind of a cutaway if we want to see that, go back to the elevations where we could see what that elevation is proposed to look like. Oh, to back, towards the beginning. And one more. So
Oh, yeah.
here is what you would see. this is what you'd see from the street because this kitchen bay is in front of the addition. And here's what it looks like if you're standing at the driveway.
Let me just ask if there's anyone in the public that has any questions, comments? Raise their hand. My committee members, any other questions?
I don't have any.
All good? Okay, so let me propose a resolution that the Zoning Board of Appeals grant to the residents of 12 Orchard Place the following variances. 310-810D, the proposed bedroom addition at the west side increases an existing non-conforming condition. Minimum side yard setback is 25 feet, existing side yard is 20 feet, and the proposed side yard to the addition is 20 feet, 3.5 inches. Area variance is sought for 4 feet, 8 inches. Section 310-8E, proposed building coverage of 22.5% exceeds maximum allowable of 17.5%. Current coverage is existing non-conforming at 20.9%. A variance is sought for building coverage that is 5% over the maximum allowable and 1.6% over the existing. Start with you, John, your thoughts.
Yes. First of all, I do disagree with you that the variances that you're requesting are not self-created. I do believe they are self-created. However, that's just one factor, and I don't think it's a controlling factor. And I can see the benefit that it will have to the homeowner. And based on that, I do believe that there will be no undesirable result to the character of the neighborhood or to the detriment to nearby properties. And I am in favor of the variances.
Janie?
I vote in favor of the variances as well. I agree with what John said too, that most construction is self-created because usually people are trying to, that's the most space, that's fair. Well, you pass all the other stuff and it looks like it's a really well-designed project. And then, so you're not taking any trees down either, right? I vote in favor of it.
Marty?
I also vote in favor. Very good presentation, by the way. It's one of the better presentations. Directly add to the senior citizen. I appreciate it.
Mary Ellen?
I also approve. I think the design adds to the, stays in keeping with the house and it will add value to the homeowners.
Okay, and I agree with my colleagues. I don't find these variances substantial. So, approval, granted.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
All right, and good luck.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Please get it done on time, not like your neighbors.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Oh,
No, we don't want it to be construction row. Take it easy on Kevin.
Thank you. Okay. All right, so next on the docket is 40 Oriole.
fancy meeting you here.
Warmed up, ready to go.
Hi, me again. Just to state my name again, Erica Ellenberger, the architect for the Gallaghers at 40 Oriole Avenue. And I'm here to address and present an appeal for the denial of the building inspector of the Village of Bronxville dated for June 29th, 2026. And I'm requesting an area variances at 40 Oriole Avenue related to a proposed two-story rear yard addition, which I guess this might be useful to look at relative to before and after, but back in this area, one-story rear yard covered entry located here. 2 new window wells, new bluestone path, bluestone patio with stepping stones, masonry steps of landing, garden retaining wall, and 3 new condensing units, 2 of which are replacements. The property is also known and designated on the tax assessment map of the Village of Bronxville as Section 17, Block 3, and Lot 20. The property consists of 14,850.5 square feet, or 0.3409 acres, and is located on the east side of Oriole Avenue, midway between intersecting streets Tanglewild Avenue and Woodland Avenue. It is in the Residence A district of the village and is improved of a single-family residence, which is home to owners Christine and Patrick Gallagher. If it's possible, just to go one slide forward, one additional, I'm sorry. Of the opposite, I'm sorry, 2 in the opposite direction, just to go to the site plan. So if we go forward 1, okay, so again, the area work are proposed a 2-story addition here. It's hard to read from this view here, but hopefully you can see on the plans, there is an existing area with covered porch here, and we are kind of rebuilding this area. And here's the proposed new bluestone patio, retaining wall, landing, stepping stones, path to the existing driveway and garage. If we could jump forward to the first floor plan. Our project proposes in part the renovation of the first floor. So this is very dense here, to provide a new family room, open to the breakfast area, kitchen, powder room, and pantry spaces here and here, as well as a new back hall. So this is an addition portion here, a new back hall, mudroom, and an open covered entry addition, which is here. At the second floor, we propose the addition renovation of the primary bedroom suite. So we, just while we're on this slide, here's a crawl space under the proposed addition. And I'll mention the renovation of the existing recreation room with the proposed window wells. But if we advance one slide forward, we'll see the second floor addition of the primary bedroom suite, including a new primary bath and closet, so closet and bath, with unfinished attic above. Additional work includes the renovation of the basement level recreation room, including a new emergency egress window well and a new high efficiency gas boiler with hot water storage tank, a new hydro air heating and cooling system, and the removal of existing radiators. At the exterior, we are proposing a new bluestone patio, garden retaining wall, paths and steps to replace the existing. And if we go back one slide, here's just a larger version of the extent of the proposed patio space with the stepping stones. Here's the pathway to the garage. Here we're just working with the existing topography, just to have a little retainage as we come along to the side yard. At the exterior, okay, these proposed improvements require a maximum building coverage area variance. Proposed building coverage of 25.7 exceeds the allowable 22.5. The owners seek a variance for 3.2 over the allowable. Our project also proposes 3 condensing units located here, 2 replacement units, which are these 2, and 1 new at the north side yard, which are increasing an existing non-conforming condition. Minimum allowable side yard setback is 15 feet. The owners seek a variance for the unit's side yard location. Existing side yard setback to existing units is 8 foot 1 3/8, and proposed side yard setback to 2 replacement units and 1 new unit is 7'11", requiring a 7'1" variance. The owners are working with Hudson Engineering to assist of stormwater plans to address all the proposed improvements. I respectfully request that the board, in making the determination, consider the benefit to the owners as weighed against the detriment to the health, safety, and welfare of the neighborhood and community if the variances are granted. As to the requested variances, we respectfully submit the following. Number 1, the grant of the variances will not produce an undesirable change in the character of the neighborhood nor a detrimental effect on the neighboring properties. It is the owner's intent to create a cohesive architectural exterior at the proposed addition, utilizing materials to match the existing stucco, timbering, brick, copper gutters and leaders, and slate roof. We could move forward, I think, one more slide. So here is the addition. Here's the entry. This is the side of the house. Here's the rear of the house, our addition here. And then a view from the other side yard, we see the dashed in lines of what was there or beyond, what's beyond. And here's our addition at front. Existing details at eaves and fascia boards are carried into the new design, so all throughout here, with the intent of creating a seamless connection between what is existing and proposed. The area of work, including the patio, is primarily focused on the rear yard, keeping the character of the streetscape intact. We are proposing 3 new condensing units where 2 older units are currently situated. I have them dashed in over here with the using the kind of the height of the specs that the mechanical contractor gave me. We are proposing 3 new condensing units where 2 older units are currently situated, with the 3rd unit shielded behind evergreens, which serve to hide all 3 units from the street view. Once we progress to the photographs, we'll have some views of those units. The new equipment will run more efficiently than the existing old equipment and should not have a detrimental impact on neighboring properties. Additionally, part of the project is insulating the existing ceiling and attic space, which should also contribute to having all of the equipment run more efficiently and better. Number 2, the benefit sought by the applicant cannot be achieved by any feasible method other than the requested area variances. The existing house, covered entries, and garage currently cover 16.1% of the lot, and the proposed house, covered entries, and garage cover 17.1%. While the additions account for a 1% increase in building coverage, it is primarily the proposed bluestone patio, paths, steps, garden wall, and window wells that contribute to the requested area variance regarding the building coverage. In building the patio and improving the site with paths, window wells, and steps, it's the owner's intent to be able to utilize the backyard space for typical family activities such as dining and socializing, while also providing necessary paths to circulate and window wells to provide emergency egress and light and air. Regarding the positioning of the condensing units in the side yard, the existing condensing units locations for power and line sets, as well as the unit's proximity to the existing basement's mechanical room, make the proposed siting the most feasible, straightforward location. Number 3, the requested variance is not substantial. The proposed area variance for building coverage is not substantial in that the proposed improvements only exceed the allowable building coverage by 3.2%. Much of the proposed building coverage will have open air space that will not add a sense of obstructive volume to the property. Additionally, the proposed additions, outdoor patio, and site improvements would still maintain 64.2% open space on site, exceeding the minimum allowable by 9.2%. The proposed area variance for the condensing units in the side yard setback is not substantial in that 2 existing older units are already located in that area. The requested variance will not have an adverse, number 4, the requested variance will not have an adverse effects or impacts on either the physical or environmental conditions in the neighborhood or district. The requested variance will not have an adverse impact on the physical or environmental conditions of the neighborhood, as the proposed additions and site improvements work with the existing topography, and the new work engages the opportunity to manage stormwater on site, improving how the property overall controls rainwater and groundwater. The owners are also working with Hudson Engineering to provide a stormwater plan, which includes the design of dry wells to store groundwater and rainwater from impervious surfaces.
Could you, since one of the big moves here is less green space and more patio, could you go into some depth about what exactly the process was for a water flow management?
Sure.
Yeah.
If we could go back to I
And
think,
talk slower.
oh, sure, sorry about that.
It's all right.
If we could go back to the site plan. I don't know if there's any ability to potentially zoom in at all on this kind of area over here. So you could see that, oh, I think we advanced, I think we might have advanced. Oh, the other direction, sorry. Yeah, right there, okay. So you could, oops. So I suppose you could also reference the site
We
plans.
have the pages in front of us. Which page would you like us to?
It's sheet S1, and on the left-hand side is the site plan, and you'll see why I'm kind of addressing us on that sheet is you kind of could see where I have the majority of that bluestone space. It shows the proposed layout and what we're intending to do with furniture, which I think helps bring scale to the proposal. So you'll see we have an area for barbecue grill, outdoor dining, and then some seating. And then we're trying to bring in green against the house. So here's the extent of that bluestone. Here's some green framing our entrance out from this back hall space. And again, we're kind of coming in with green. And by this point here, all of this is lawn and plantings. Our water is pitched out this way and collected with a trench drain. And then all of that water, in addition to, I think I call out, it's going to be a small hill, it's the existing leader. I'm picking up all of our proposed leaders with obviously the experts at Hudson, where they're directing this patio drainage and the water that we're getting from the overhang and this addition and anything that's new to be collected off of this system. And we're trenching it to a new drywall system. The other part of the drainage component is when we renovate the basement level, there are existing sump pumps. So we want to be able to make sure that those sump pumps are correctly going to, against drywall storage that's separate from all the impervious surface. That's all of our groundwater. So here I just show, here's one existing sump pump, and there's another one here. And I actually proposed a new one, which is going to handle, we're digging down to have a little more ceiling height. So we'll have all new perforated pipe here with a sump pump, and that's going to be taken to a separate chamber location for the groundwater.
On the east side by the driveway, by the east and south, where would the dry well be?
I think we have them, our topography, we're higher back here and we're lower as we get closer to the street. Right. So we're trying to clear this street with a pipe chase that would come down and through, and we're having it at the front portion here. We're at, I think so this is 200, and I think here we're back at 204. So we're seeking to have them where we're working with the natural elevation, so we're not doing a lot of excavation to get the drainage relocated there. We're working with the existing pitch, and we're utilizing this open space here. So we had an excavation, our percolation test pit, our deep holes were in this area. And those are the numbers that they got from there. And this, all the particular soil conditions are expected to remain particular to this area where they excavated the pit.
The patio that you're building now, is it going more or less in the same spot where it was? It's just getting bigger? Is that what it is? Because
Yeah, so that's a good question. It's a little confusing. I don't know if you visited the site at all,
No, well,
or if you were a little confused with the photos. So prior to the Gallaghers taking ownership of the property, there was a renovation where the homeowners closed out the permit back in, I don't know, I think it was almost 10 years ago, or in 2007, and the survey that was used for the C of O showed the patio much larger than was in the plans that were approved by the building department. And I guess there was, trying to track back what's what. I had to use as far as what is the existing coverage, I had to use what was submitted in the plans back in '06. And so if we go forward one slide. Sorry. Okay. So this is this is proposed, and you can kind of see the hatching to kind of relate. As far as I could tell from the drawing submitted by the architect in '06, this was on the plans, and again, it's different than the survey when they closed out. So somewhere there was like a loss of, like there was no update on that patio, but the existing patio now is in fact larger than what we have here and is more in line and similar to what we're proposing as new.
we can see that on the pictures that we have.
You can see it on the pictures. And so if we would, we've been informed by the building department throughout this process that if there is no approval of this work, the homeowners will have to demolish the existing patio because of the kind of the gap in the paperwork.
Right, it exceeds, yeah. So in your, I saw in the material at one point you were going to build a stationary grill, and then you decided not to?
Yes.
Okay.
So in the first go around, part of the patio improvements was looking at having a built-in cooking area that would have like a stone surface and a built-in grill. One of the comments came back that it was considered a structure that was outside of the side yard setback. And as it was having that built-in grill was not a priority for the homeowners, so they decided not to move forward with it. And what we're proposing, or what they intend to do, is use their existing grill, which is a Weber grill.
And so what percent of the variance, total building coverage variance, is the patio? Would you say approximately what percent? Because you mentioned it's quite a large percent.
Yeah, I don't.
Or to say it differently, what percent is the addition? You could
Yeah.
answer that question either way.
So I incrementally increased building coverage. I think it was I noted it in 1%.
Right.
So the proposed work increases the built structure. So I considered the built structure to include garage, this building, my little open addition here, and we have a little open aired but roof covered existing, entry point here, we're increasing that by 1% with the proposed. So even if with that number proposed is 17.1, right now, all like buildings, and I mean like the primary structures and the accessory garage, those currently are 16.1%. So the difference is, this path, all this existing, and then the difference I have out here. There is an existing pathway connecting here now. We're proposing a change in that, how that meanders. And then we have looking to have these new window wells. And then of course, even condensing units, are part of building coverage. So there's, we're picking up a lot of different portions there.
Right, because you're seeking a variance of 450 square feet, right, for building coverage. That is in the request. So it looks like a meaningful amount of this must be the patio, the steps, and so forth, versus the building.
Yes. Yeah, I think it was to kind of keep our project moving. I had proposed the possibility of, hey, we could move forward with phase one of the building itself and still be within our minimum allowable.
Right.
But it was very important for the homeowners to have like the bigger picture and to make sure that everyone was on board with the kind of complete understanding of what the overall intent. They didn't want to be in a position where everything was really good with the structure and they achieved all their goals on the interior, and then we're left with the outside space that was lacking.
Okay, I don't see anyone in the public. Anyone want to raise their hand with any questions or comments back there? No? Nothing? Okay. Committee members?
I have no questions.
Any more questions? No?
Greg, anything from your end? Good. Okay. So let me propose a resolution that the Zoning Board of Appeals grant to the residents of 40 Oriole the following variances. Number one, section 310-10E. The maximum permitted building coverage is 22.5%. The applicant is proposing building coverage of 25.5%, which will require an area variance of 3%, or approximately 450 square feet.
But it was 25.7.
Yes,
25.7, that is correct.
Right, 3.2 over.
Okay, so there's a discrepancy in this, but let's go with the 25.7 rather than the 25.5. Number two, section 310-10D2, side yard setback for condensing units. The minimum required side yard is 15 feet. 3 new condensing units are situated 7 feet, 11 inches from the side property line, which will require an area variance of 7 feet, 1 inch. Okay, let me start with Janie, your thoughts.
I'm in favor of the variance. I think similar to the project you had before, it's beautifully done, and it's all going to be in the back of the house anyway, so. And I can see why you have to do the patio. You need a patio out there. You have one already, and it's unfortunate that that happened there, but it is appropriate to the house. So as far as the rest of it goes, I'm in favor of it.
Marty?
I also approve the variance. It's a great improvement. I think footprint, and my nervousness always with extending the footprint of the house and the patios is water. Pressed on that issue.
Mary Ellen?
I also approve the variance. I think that, again, I concur with my colleagues, and I also think that the condensing units are replacements, so it's not, they're already there, so something you're penalized.
John?
I agree with my colleagues. I think the benefits clearly outweigh any detriment to surrounding neighbors. In favor.
Thank you.
Okay, and I agree with my colleagues, and I would also add that one thing we'd like to see is significant open space, and that is being maintained well in excess of the required. So congratulations.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
Good luck with your project.
Thank you.
Okay, so that concludes tonight's meeting. Thank you, everyone, for attending.
Thank you so much.